Welcome to Ultimate Sleep Doctor. Tonight, we'll explore a fascinating question: the nature of intelligence. Across the universe, countless mysteries reside, and within our own minds, perhaps the greatest remains. It's a concept woven into the very fabric of being, a complex dance of information and reaction. Scientists are still unraveling the subtle threads that connect thought to action and the elegant systems that allow us to learn and adapt. Consider the quiet beauty of a perfectly formed equation, or the intuitive understanding that arises from a shared experience. If you find these explorations soothing, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Ultimate Sleep Doctor. Together, we can soothe more wandering minds, one peaceful night at a time. Just breathe, let your thoughts drift, let's begin. Let's delve into a fascinating corner of the brain, the area responsible for remembering things, just for a moment. It's not about recalling a birthday or a childhood memory, but rather holding information in your mind while you use it. This is what we call working memory, and understanding how it works is like exploring a tiny, incredibly efficient control center within your brain. At its core, working memory isn't a single spot, but rather a network of interconnected brain regions. The most important players are found in the prefrontal cortex, the area right at the front of your head, the one responsible for planning, decision-making, and complex thought. However, it's not solely reliant on this area. The parietal lobes, especially the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, are absolutely crucial, acting as a central hub for processing and maintaining information. These regions are constantly receiving signals from other areas of the brain, including sensory areas that bring in information about sights, sounds, and touch. Now, let's talk about the mechanisms involved. Think of it like a mental whiteboard. Information is represented as patterns of neural activity. That means groups of neurons firing together in specific ways. These patterns aren't static. They can be actively manipulated. You can rehearse a sequence of numbers in your head or try to solve a simple puzzle, and each of these actions involves a change in the firing patterns of these neurons. The strength of these patterns also changes with practice, making it easier and faster to access that information. A key element in this process is the rehearsal system. When you repeat a word silently to yourself, you're strengthening the neural pattern associated with that word, keeping it active in your working memory. But it's not just about repetition. The prefrontal cortex actively scans these patterns, looking for connections and relationships between them. It's constantly evaluating the incoming information and deciding whether to maintain it, update it, or let it fade away. Within the prefrontal cortex, there's a structure called the central executive. It's thought to oversee the entire process, coordinating the activity of the other components. It's like the conductor of an orchestra, ensuring that all the instruments, the different brain regions, are playing together harmoniously to keep the information active. Recent research suggests that the hippocampus, traditionally known for long-term memory, also plays a role, particularly in maintaining verbal information, possibly by creating temporary representations that can be quickly accessed. Furthermore, the speed of these neural processes is incredibly fast. We're talking about milliseconds. This rapid activity is what allows us to do things like navigate a familiar street, follow complex instructions, or even have a conversation. It's a remarkable feat of neurological engineering, a testament to the brain's ability to quickly and efficiently manage the flow of information. It's a truly remarkable system, quietly working behind the scenes to shape our every thought and action. The story of intelligence isn't a sudden flash of brilliance. It's a long, slow unfolding, sculpted over millions of years by the demands of survival. It began, surprisingly, not with humans, but with the very first animals capable of even the simplest forms of problem solving. The evolutionary roots of intelligence are tangled in the threads of natural selection, a constant pressure to adapt and thrive. Consider the humble bee. Its complex social behavior, the intricate dances communicating the location of food sources, the coordinated efforts of thousands of bees, seems incredibly intelligent. This isn't innate. It's the result of countless generations of bees being rewarded for efficiently gathering nectar and avoiding danger. The genes influencing navigation, spatial memory, and learning about reward and punishment were gradually amplified through positive selection. Then there are the primates, our closest relatives. Studying the fossil record shows a gradual shift in primate brain size alongside changes in their environment. As forests began to thin and open grasslands appeared, primates faced new challenges: detecting predators, finding seasonally available food sources, and navigating increasingly complex territories. Genes associated with enhanced visual acuity, improved motor control, and the ability to learn through observation were likely favored. The development of tool use in some primate species, like chimpanzees using sticks to fish for termites, further demonstrates this evolutionary pressure, driving the selection for increased cognitive flexibility. It's crucial to understand that intelligence isn't a single, defined trait. Instead, it's a collection of abilities, each shaped by different selective pressures. For example, the large brains of dolphins and whales evolved in response to the challenges of underwater navigation, echolocation, and complex social interactions within their marine environments. Genes controlling sensory processing, spatial reasoning, and communication were critical. Similarly, the avian world showcases incredible cognitive diversity. Parrots, known for their remarkable ability to mimic human speech, have brains wired for auditory processing and vocal learning, while crows display remarkable problem-solving skills, likely influenced by genes underlying flexible motor control and innovative behavior. Furthermore, the environment plays a significant role. Genes provide the potential, but it's the interaction between genes and the environment that truly shapes cognitive abilities. A hungry animal will have stronger motivations to learn how to find food, while a social animal will be more inclined to learn how to interact with others. The ancestral environments of different species, the openness of the savannas, the density of the forests, the pressures of predation, acted as powerful filters, selecting for particular cognitive traits. Studying the genetic makeup of intelligent species alongside their ecological niches helps us unravel the intricate story of how intelligence evolved, highlighting the enduring influence of natural selection's guiding hand. Let's turn our attention now to a remarkable way infants learn, a way that feels surprisingly sophisticated for such tiny minds. Scientists have discovered that babies aren't just passively receiving information, they're actively building their understanding of the world by detecting patterns. This process, called statistical learning, is like a super-sensitive detective, constantly searching for regularities in the sensory world. Imagine a baby presented with a series of blocks: red blocks, blue blocks, and yellow blocks. Sometimes all three are shown together, Other times, just red and blue appear. The baby doesn't need an adult to tell them that red is a distinct color from blue. Instead, through statistical learning, the baby begins to notice that red blocks tend to appear together more often than blue blocks. This isn't about recognizing individual colors perfectly. It's about identifying the relationships between them. Researchers use special toys, like mobiles with changing lights and sounds, to test this ability. One common experiment involves presenting a baby with a stream of syllables spoken in different patterns. Sometimes the syllables are spoken in a predictable order, like ba ba ba, repeated several times. Other times, the syllables are presented in a completely random sequence. The baby's brain is incredibly good at tracking which sounds appear most frequently, quickly learning to anticipate the next sound in the sequence. It's not just about auditory patterns either. Babies are also adept at learning visual patterns. They can be shown alternating flashes of light, learning to predict which color will appear next based on the prior sequence. This capacity extends to more complex patterns, such as the way a caregiver's voice changes tone or pitch during conversation. They're essentially building a grammar of the world, learning the rules that govern how things change. The really fascinating thing is that these statistical learning abilities develop remarkably early in life, often starting within the first few months. It's thought that this capacity provides a foundational building block for more complex cognitive skills, like language acquisition. Learning to detect patterns in the environment helps babies to efficiently categorize and understand the world around them. It's a remarkably efficient way to learn, and scientists are still uncovering the incredible sophistication of these early learning mechanisms. The tiny brains of infants are already engaging in some of the most powerful forms of learning we know. Deep within our bodies, a hidden world thrives, a vast, bustling ecosystem teeming with trillions of microorganisms. These aren't just random bugs. They form the gut microbiota, a complex community of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microbes residing primarily in our digestive system. Scientists are now uncovering a remarkable connection between this internal world and our higher cognitive functions, specifically the ways we think, learn, and perhaps even experience intelligence. This intricate relationship is known as the gut-brain axis, a bidirectional communication network linking the gut and the brain through several fascinating pathways. Initially, it appeared a surprising correlation. Individuals with a more diverse and balanced gut microbiota often displayed enhanced cognitive abilities. Research began focusing on how the gut microbiota could influence the brain through several routes. One key mechanism involves the production of neurotransmitters, chemicals that carry signals between nerve cells, many of which directly affect brain function. Certain gut bacteria can synthesize serotonin, a crucial mood regulator and involved in learning and memory. They can also produce dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to reward, motivation, and attention. Beyond neurotransmitters, the microbiota significantly impacts the immune system. A large portion of our immune cells reside in the gut, and the gut microbiota plays a vital role in shaping their development and activity. An imbalance, or dysbiosis, in the gut microbiota can trigger inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. Chronic inflammation is increasingly recognized as a contributor to neurodegenerative diseases and cognitive decline. Conversely, a healthy, balanced microbiota can help maintain a robust, anti-inflammatory immune response, protecting the brain from damage. Another compelling pathway involves the vagus nerve, a major cranial nerve that directly connects the gut to the brainstem. The gut microbiota can stimulate the vagus nerve, sending signals to the brain that influence various cognitive processes. For instance, stimulating the vagus nerve has been shown to improve memory consolidation, the process of strengthening newly formed memories. Furthermore, the microbiota influences the production of short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs like butyrate, produced when gut bacteria ferment dietary fiber. Butyrate isn't just a byproduct. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory agent and a key energy source for cells lining the colon, but it also has direct effects on brain health, impacting synaptic plasticity, the ability of synapses to strengthen or weaken over time, a cornerstone of learning. Recent research is exploring how specific bacterial strains might contribute to cognitive benefits. For example, some studies indicate that certain Bifidobacterium species are associated with improved memory and learning performance. Researchers are diligently working to understand the precise interactions and identify the beneficial bacteria that can bolster cognitive function. It's a complex puzzle, but the evidence strongly suggests that nurturing a healthy gut microbiota is not just about digestion, but potentially about shaping the very foundations of our intelligence. The gut-brain axis offers a profoundly new perspective on what truly supports a sharp and capable mind. Let's consider how your brain actually experiences the world. It's not simply a passive receiver of sights, sounds, and sensations. Instead, your brain is constantly engaged in a remarkable, ongoing process of prediction and revision, a system we call active inference. Think of it like this: you're not just looking at a tree, you're constantly predicting what you expect to see. You predict the rustle of leaves, the shape of the branches, the way the sunlight will filter through. This prediction doesn't happen in a singular, obvious way. Rather, your brain is building a detailed internal model of the world, a constantly updated representation of everything you believe to be true. This model includes not just what you perceive directly, but also your expectations about how things should be based on past experiences, your knowledge of physics, and even your current emotional state. Crucially, this model isn't a static record. Every time you encounter new information, a flash of color, a sudden sound, your brain compares that new input with its existing prediction. If the prediction matches the input, fantastic. The model is reinforced and things feel relatively stable and predictable. But what happens when there's a mismatch? That's where the inference part comes in. Your brain doesn't just passively acknowledge an error. It actively attempts to explain the discrepancy. Perhaps the rustle you heard wasn't just the wind, maybe it was a bird. Or perhaps the light is distorted because of a shadow. The brain generates explanations, hypotheses, to resolve the conflict between its prediction and the incoming sensory data. These explanations aren't just about recognizing what's there. They're about figuring out why it's there. Scientists have discovered that areas of your brain, particularly the parietal and frontal lobes, are specifically involved in generating and evaluating these inferential explanations. They're constantly calculating the probabilities. Is it more likely that I'm seeing a distorted shadow, or that there's a different object causing the effect? Furthermore, this process isn't limited to visual input. It's happening with every sensory experience: auditory, tactile, even internal sensations like hunger or pain. Each sensation triggers a prediction, a comparison, and an inference. The brain is continuously building a hierarchical model, with simpler predictions forming the foundation and more complex, abstract predictions built upon them. This active inference system is incredibly efficient. It allows you to navigate the world with remarkable speed and accuracy, constantly anticipating what's coming next. It's also the basis for learning. By refining its predictions based on new experiences, your brain becomes increasingly skilled at understanding and interacting with the world around you. It's a beautiful, complex, and surprisingly intuitive way your brain works. The human brain is a remarkable machine, constantly processing information and making connections. But it's not just about remembering things we've learned before. That's what we call crystallized intelligence. There's another kind of intelligence, a more fundamental one, that's about the ability to tackle entirely new challenges, to see patterns and relationships where they don't immediately appear. Scientists call this fluid intelligence. It's like having a mental reset button, allowing you to approach problems without relying on accumulated experience. Measuring fluid intelligence is a surprisingly tricky business. Because it's about generating solutions without preconceptions, traditional tests, like recalling facts or applying learned rules, aren't very helpful. Instead, researchers use tasks that demand quick, logical reasoning, often involving spatial arrangements, numerical sequences, or abstract puzzles. One popular example is the Raven's progressive matrices test. Participants are shown a series of images, each with a pattern, and asked to select the next image that logically continues the sequence. It doesn't matter if they've ever seen a similar image before. The focus is on their ability to discern the underlying rule governing the pattern. Another common assessment utilizes mental rotation. Participants are presented with a 3D shape and asked to mentally rotate it to match a target image. This tests their capacity for spatial reasoning, the ability to manipulate objects mentally, and doesn't depend on visual memory or previous experience with specific shapes. The speed at which a person can perform these rotations is a key indicator of fluid intelligence. Researchers also employ tasks involving number sequences. These sequences can be entirely novel, consisting of abstract numbers rather than familiar mathematical relationships. Participants are timed to determine the next number in the series. The quicker and more accurately they can identify the pattern, the higher their fluid intelligence score. Interestingly, fluid intelligence tends to peak in early adulthood, around the age of 20-30, and then gradually declines with age. However, this decline isn't always linear, and maintaining cognitive function requires ongoing mental stimulation and engagement. Activities like learning a new language, playing musical instruments, or engaging in complex strategy games can help to keep the mental reset button active, preserving this fundamental aspect of intelligence. Scientists are still investigating the precise neurological mechanisms underlying fluid intelligence, but studies using techniques like fMRI have revealed that it's associated with activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive control center, as well as the parietal lobe, regions vital for spatial awareness and mathematical reasoning. Understanding fluid intelligence is not just about quantifying cognitive ability. It's about understanding the very architecture of the human mind, revealing how we learn, adapt, and solve the world's most perplexing puzzles. The human brain, a remarkably complex organ, isn't simply a machine running on constant input. It needs periods of quiet, restorative activity to truly optimize its function. Much of our waking life is spent in a state of high cognitive demand, processing information, making decisions, and solving problems. However, during these periods of active engagement, the brain's ability to consolidate memories and restructure itself is significantly diminished. This is where the crucial role of sleep emerges, acting as a fundamental regulator of intelligence itself. During sleep, particularly the deeper stages, the brain undertakes a remarkable process of cleanup. Neural networks, formed throughout the day through learning and experience, become overloaded with temporary chemical signals called synaptic plasticity markers. These markers, like adenosine, accumulate and contribute to a state of heightened excitability, hindering the brain's capacity for new learning. Sleep essentially resets this system. The most significant advancements in cognitive performance often occur after a good night's sleep. Studies consistently demonstrate that individuals who are sleep-deprived exhibit impaired attention, slowed reaction times, and difficulty with tasks requiring executive function, the abilities we rely on to plan, organize, and make judgments. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about a demonstrable reduction in the brain's ability to operate at its peak. But sleep's influence extends far beyond simply restoring alertness. The brain actively reshapes itself during sleep, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. The hippocampus, a region vital for memory formation, exhibits particularly intense activity during slow-wave sleep. It's believed that this activity facilitates the transfer of memories from the hippocampus to the neocortex, the brain's outer layer responsible for long-term storage and retrieval. Furthermore, sleep appears to play a vital role in strengthening synaptic connections, the pathways through which neurons communicate. This strengthening, or long-term potentiation, is a key mechanism underlying learning and memory. Conversely, sleep deprivation can disrupt this process, weakening connections and hindering the brain's ability to learn effectively. The quality of sleep also matters. Different stages of sleep, rapid eye movement (REM) sleep, where vivid dreams occur, and non-REM sleep, each contribute uniquely to cognitive restoration and plasticity. REM sleep is particularly associated with emotional processing and consolidating procedural memories, skills, and habits, while non-REM sleep is crucial for declarative memory, facts, and knowledge. Researchers are still actively investigating the precise roles each stage plays in optimizing intelligence. Understanding how sleep truly works is paramount to unlocking the brain's full potential. As we continue to unravel these complexities, it becomes increasingly clear that prioritizing sufficient, restorative sleep is not just about feeling rested. It's an investment in our cognitive abilities and, ultimately, in our intelligence. The pursuit of intelligence in machines has taken a fascinating turn, shifting away from simply mimicking specific skills to tackling the much broader challenge of general intelligence. The ability to learn, understand, and apply knowledge across a wide range of domains, much like a human being. At the heart of this endeavor lies a diverse landscape of machine learning approaches, each with its strengths and weaknesses in attempting to replicate the complexities of human cognition. Deep learning, perhaps the most prominent, centers around artificial neural networks with many layers, mimicking the layered structure of the human brain. These networks, especially convolutional neural networks, excel at recognizing patterns in data. Think of a computer identifying a cat in a photograph, but on a vastly more sophisticated scale. They're incredibly good at tasks like image recognition and natural language processing, learning from enormous data sets. However, deep learning, despite its successes, faces a significant hurdle. It's often data-hungry and doesn't truly understand the information it processes. It can generate impressive outputs, but lacks the intuitive grasp of causality and the ability to reason abstractly. A different approach, recurrent neural networks, are designed to handle sequential data, like language or time series, by maintaining an internal memory of past inputs. This allows them to, for example, predict the next word in a sentence or understand the context of a conversation. Beyond neural networks, there's been growing interest in symbolic AI, which attempts to represent knowledge and reasoning using explicit rules and logical structures. Systems like expert systems, built during the 1980s, relied on carefully crafted rules to diagnose medical conditions or control industrial processes. While they were effective in constrained domains, they struggled to adapt to new situations or learn from experience in the same way as humans. More recently, neurosymbolic AI seeks to combine the strengths of both approaches, blending the pattern recognition capabilities of neural networks with the reasoning abilities of symbolic systems. Another avenue of exploration involves Bayesian networks, which represent probabilistic relationships between variables, reflecting the brain's inherent uncertainty and ability to update beliefs based on new evidence. These systems are particularly useful for tasks that involve incomplete information or noisy data. Simultaneously, researchers are investigating evolutionary algorithms, inspired by the way biological intelligence evolves through natural selection, allowing AI systems to learn and adapt through trial and error. The quest for general intelligence isn't about finding a single magic algorithm, but rather about developing a hybrid approach, integrating these various techniques and continually striving to create systems that can truly learn, understand, and navigate the complexities of the world, much like we do, with all our beautiful, messy imperfections. Progress is being made, slowly but surely, and the future of AI promises a world where machines aren't just tools, but collaborators in the grand adventure of knowledge. If you're still awake and enjoyed this exploration, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Ultimate Sleep Doctor. Together, we can soothe more wandering minds, one peaceful night at a time. We've journeyed through the fascinating layers of intelligence, a complex dance of thought and understanding. Now, let your thoughts drift, calm and unhurried, like clouds across a twilight sky. Allow your mind to settle, ready to welcome sleep's gentle embrace. Good night.